Well, welcome to our very first virtual OktoberBreast. On behalf of Franz Witte, I'm Corey Michaels. We're here in the Auction Frog studio. Got Ellsberg Studios over working all the broadcast magic. And here we are once again, as it has been for 12 years, raising money for Expedition Inspiration and Casting for Recovery. We thank you so much for being here with us. Now, last year, I know, unfortunately, because of everything going on in our world, we weren't able to have OktoberBreast. And this year, yes, it's being done differently than it's been done in the years past. But it was so important, so vital to make sure that OktoberBreast continued. And with the loss of funding last year, we needed to be able to make up for that. But yes, to make sure that everyone's safe with the variants and with still the concerns that are looming in our world. Here we are together, and we are still together. We might not be in one room. We might not be able to get all dressed up, although, hey, I'm all for it. If you're sitting in your living room and got a ball gown on and a nice suit, hey, no one's here to judge. However, I personally would be in my PJs and a t-shirt, but that's up to you. However you are watching, we just thank you for being a part of our 11th OktoberBreast. Now, we've got a lot going on tonight, so we're going to go over a little bit here in case you haven't been a part of one of the virtual fundraising events. All right, the fact that you found us and you're watching right now, you've got half the battle or more already taken care of. Now, just a few things to make your experience the best it possibly can be. You're going to need to have two different devices. Now, by that, I mean you're watching on your computer. Maybe you have your computer plugged into your TV or Bluetooth to your TV. Great. And you can be able to watch all the videos and all the festivities of OktoberBreast over this next about hour. Now, in your hand, on your mobile device, you can get all logged in so you can be doing your bidding on the online auction items, and that is oktoberbreast.afrogs.org. So oktoberbreast.afrogs.org. Now, on there, lots and lots of different things for you to be able to bid on, and all of that money going to OktoberBreast, which means ultimately going to Casting for Recovery and going to Expedition Inspiration. So as you look at all those items and you don't want to miss out on everything going on, there's something called auto bid. So if you have some items that you really, really want to be able to get, well, I understand that. And this way with auto bid, you can set the high amount. You go, you know what? I'm willing to go up to this amount to be able to get that trip or to get that item. And then you don't have to worry about a thing. Anytime someone outbids you, they'll just get automatically outbid all the way until if it makes it to your high bid, then you'll get a notification letting you know that it got there. And then you have the choice to be able to go back on and you can set that amount higher. You can do it then by hand, however you would like to do that. Now, all of the online auction items are going to stay up for you to be able to bid on all the way until Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. See, now I say Mountain Time and you go, well, of course, we're all here in Idaho. We're here in Boise. Well, not necessarily. That's one of the beautiful things about being able to do a virtual event is there could be people watching all over the country, heck, all over the world. And we welcome each and every one of you to the broadcast tonight and to all the fun and all the festivities that are going to be OktoberBreast for 2021. Now, if you have any problems whatsoever with any of your bidding, so if you're on there and you're not sure how to do something or setting up your auto bid, or maybe something's just technically not working for you, no worries. We have a staff that is waiting to be able to answer your calls, and you can just call 208-807-3808, and they'll get you all taken care of and make sure that you're able to watch all the events going on tonight and be able to get your bidding done as well. Now, as I'd mentioned, this started 12 years ago. I'm sure some people watching have been a part of it, well, except for last year, for all of those years with Franz Witte for OktoberBreast. This being our 11th event and our very first virtual event, we thought it was important for those that haven't been around maybe since the starting to go back to the origin with Franz Witte and OktoberBreast.
Hi, my name is Seneca Hull, and I'm the president of Franz Witte Landscape. So we started OktoberBreast back in 2009. The first year, I think we raised about $2,500 and probably would have been a lot easier just to write a check, but we had a lot of fun doing it and decided to continue it. So in the last 10 years, we've raised a couple $100,000 to donate to these great organizations. They've been able to do things because of it. Casting for Recovery has now added a second retreat and is looking at adding even a third. And for Expedition Inspiration, we fund the Young Investigator Award. So they choose someone who is up and coming, and it's a wonderful award to be associated with, as both organizations are. A memory from OktoberBreast that stands out more than anything else. It's really hard because there's been so many. I feel like probably the speakers over the years, telling their stories of breast cancer and what they went through and how they handled it and their families, being a part of some of their lives, it really hits home. And I think that's probably my favorite part. I also like wine, so that's a wonderful part, and champagne and those things that we've always had as well. But it's so great to be part of such a great event and those organizations that I've gotten to know so well.
Hi, my name is Joe Gruber with Franz Witte. I'm in charge of the maintenance division and one of the partners. And I've been here since 2015. And the amazing thing of OktoberBreast is just the way it gives back to the community. So cool to be part of something so much bigger than us and that supports so many different people. We create some outdoor spaces for people to enjoy and to love. But doing these things creates some indoor spaces for people to enjoy and love. And so I'm happy to be part of it, proud to be part of it. Really wish this could have been a gathering of people again this year, but this will never go away as long as this company's in business. So we will be together once again sooner than later. And we thank you for support. We thank you for going out of your way to make this a special day for other people. So thank you very much.
My name is Andrew Gates, and I am a project manager here at Franz Witte. I've been to every OktoberBreast since 2014. I really enjoy being a part of what this company provides and what these organizations provide to the community. And it's just a great outpouring reach of showing how important this community is. OktoberBreast is also just a great time to get together with your families and have them come be a part of the organization as well. My daughters have loved it since day one, and they always seem to flock to Larry Gebhard, to the stormtroopers that were here a couple years ago dressed up in pink, and they just thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
My name is Christine Dolph, and I have worked at Franz Witte since 2013. I have been to 7 OktoberBreast events since I started working here, 3 of them pregnant, actually. So my whole family has been involved in OktoberBreast since the very beginning. Some of my favorite memories from OktoberBreast are just getting my entire family involved. I've got aunts, I've got uncles, I've got brothers and sisters-in-law that come every year. It's just become a really big family event here with our Franz Witte family and with my own personal family. It's really important to me for Franz Witte to be involved in these fundraisers because it's a way for us to reach out to the community. I personally know some people who have gone through some cancer struggles, and I just love that we are supporting these great causes and giving back and showing support to all these wonderful people.
My name's Vicki Witte.
And how long have you been involved with OktoberBreast?
Well, this would be the 12th year, 11th because we didn't have one last year, but this would be the 12th, and I've been here from the first. For quite a few years, I put styrofoam boobs on flamingos and dressed them up. My favorite flamingo was probably the Mardi Gras flamingos or the feathery, fluffy ones. My favorite part of it is just getting it all ready and the camaraderie between all the girls involved, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, all you guys, drink lots of wine and champagne and click that button.
That's great.
Absolutely. Click that button, click it often, and just keep bidding. Bid high, bid often on all the fabulous items. We're going to highlight some of those items throughout the course of OktoberBreast tonight, but want to remind you that as you're looking around on the site and at all these things, we've tried to bring in as many of the elements from the live OktoberBreast as possible. One of those things is we have a virtual photo booth. So you just click on that. There's a button right there on the homepage of the online auction site. And go ahead and take your photo, whether you're in your PJs or whether you're dressed to the nines. Whatever that happens to be, take your photos, make the goofy faces, whatever you want to do. And we'll be sharing those, and all of us can be able to look at the others and feel even more connected. Because we are, even though we're not able to be there this year, all of us together, we're still all in this, and we're still all in the same fight, and that is to find the cure for breast cancer. And together, we can be able to do that. Some of the items for you to be able to bid on. I know one of the things that has been really tough since we started everything with COVID and with the pandemic and now with the variants is having something to look forward to, whether it's a family trip or maybe just a romantic getaway for you and your spouse. Well, we have those items for you. Number 1 through 8 are some fabulous trips for you to be able to look at. And here is the great thing with all of these trips. You have up to 3 years to be able to use them. And there is no blackout dates. That's unheard of. No blackout. So if you want to do it for the holidays, go to celebrate New Year's, maybe to the Christmas, want to have that off abroad somewhere, well, you can do that. And it is transferable. So say in 2 years or a year or whatever, you go, I'm not going to be able to make it after all. You can just be able to transfer that to a friend, to your kids, whatever it may be, and there's no problem because you can leave from any international airport. It does not have to be here from Boise. So go right ahead and get it for someone on your gift-giving list, maybe for the kids or the grandkids, whatever. And if you want to be able to add on, this is really, really cool because your gift tonight could wind up being a gift 3 years from now. You decide 2.5 years. You're going to book your trip, but man, really would like to take these dear friends with us or take the kids. Well, you can do that. You just pay for their trip the same as what you paid for yours tonight. And that money is still going to benefit Expedition Inspiration and Casting for Recovery. So your gift tonight could continue to be a gift years from now. So please look at all the different items on there. We've got a trip to Iceland as number 3, and people don't realize the beauty that is Iceland. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous area for you to be able to visit, or maybe 5 if you're looking for wine. I've heard wine brought up quite a bit so far in our videos tonight. Tuscany, oh, what a beautiful area of Italy. And drink your wine, eat the food, look at all the rich history of Tuscany. Or maybe it's the jungles of Costa Rica. You can do that at item number 7. Number 8, if you want to stay domestically, one of my absolute favorite places on the planet is Savannah, Georgia. You talk about gorgeous, lush green, southern hospitality, and the food. Oh my goodness, the food. You will not be disappointed whatsoever. You have all of those, plus castles in Ireland. The list goes on and on. That's 1 through 8 on the online auction. So go bid and give yourself something to look forward to. Thank you, Kayla. Hang on. Important note here. If I can get into it. Oh. This is incredible. We just got a matching donation of $5,000 from yes, from the Expedition Inspiration Board. And so right now, anything that you're giving, any donations, if you're going to item number 100 and just giving a cash donation, that generosity is going to, because of the board and their matching donation, is going to get matched dollar for dollar. So you give $100 right now, it's going to become 200. 200 will become 4. 4 will become 8. And well, you can figure it out from there. So all the way up to $5,000. So any of your donations right now up to $5,000 is going to become $10,000. Thank you so much to the board. And well, it says here that we have a special message here from the board member, Dr. Paul Montgomery. Let's see what Dr. Montgomery has to say.
Good evening. I'm Paul Montgomery, Chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee for Expedition Inspiration. Thank you for attending OktoberBreast 2021. Especially thank you for doing this virtually. I'd like to say a few words about the impact that Expedition Inspiration's Young Investigator Awards and other research contributions have made in the study and treatment of breast cancer. It's been inspiring over the last many years to see the long-term effect that these awards have made as I have treated breast cancer and watched this field advance. There's been many examples where young investigators have moved on to become leaders in the field of oncology, and one of their first grants was from Expedition Inspiration. One example several years ago came from a lab at the University of Pennsylvania where we funded a young investigator who was exploring the clinical effects of a set of drugs called CDK4/6 inhibitors. These drugs have gone on to be major advances in the treatment of breast cancer. They have very little toxicity, and they've improved survival of millions of women around the world. To be able to take an idea that didn't seem like that great of an idea at the time, and has turned out to have profound effects, has been just heartwarming to see, especially the fact that we nurtured a young investigator, and she's moved on to leadership roles throughout oncology at this point. All of it because of the donations from folks like you here in Idaho, knowing that little bits of little tiny seeds basically can sprout into amazing benefits for millions of people. Thank you for attending this wonderful event, and hope to hear from many of you in the future.
Thank you, Dr. Montgomery, and the rest of the board for Expedition Inspiration. Now, those are 2 words you've heard a lot so far. It's 2 words you're going to hear a lot more before we're done, and it's 2 words that you can't hear enough. Thank you. Thank you for your care, for your love, for your compassion, and for your spirit. Now, we would love to be able to hear from you right now. You can leave a comment, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Go ahead and leave a comment. Where are you watching tonight? Or you maybe still at the office or at home on the couch? And who are you watching for? We all have that person, and all of us have had someone in our lives, more than one, that been affected by breast cancer. go ahead. Who are you watching for right now? And let us know where you're watching from. We would love to know that. And again, it continues to keep us all closer and closer together. Even when we're not in the same room, we're all together as one. So thank you so much. Now, while you get registered and get on there and do all of your bidding on the online auction, it is oktoberbrest.afrogs.org. Get your photo done in the virtual photo booth. Check out all the items on there. Make sure that you are looking at everything because, man, when we're getting ready for the holidays coming up tonight, you can be able to take care of all of your holiday gift giving and be able to help out Expedition, Inspiration, and Casting for Recovery all at the same time. It is a win for everyone. So go ahead and get all that going on there. Remember, all the bidding, that is going to stay open until 5 o'clock Mountain Time coming up on Sunday. Now, some of those items for you to be able to bid on, we have, when you walk around the village, and I know for me, I used to live right around the corner. And so was going there when they were still building it and watching it build up. And one of the things I love every spring is watching around as they have those beautiful hanging baskets. They're always gorgeous. They're always lush. And I wish my baskets looked the same. And they just don't. Well, but you can be able to have one. Item number 126 is a hanging basket just like one of the ones there at the village in Meridian. And when they are grown, when they are delivered to Meridian Village, you are going to get yours delivered to your home. So you can have the exact same basket looking gorgeous. You will be the envy of your entire neighborhood, and you can be able to get that and have something to look forward to in the spring at item number 126. Now, item number 112, if you've ever wanted to go fly fishing, but you don't know what you're doing. Trust me, I was there years ago. I had someone say, oh, just go out in your yard and sit there and do this. All I did was be comic relief for all of my neighbors for a while, and it didn't help me catch any fish. We got you taken care of with item number 112. It is a fly fishing rod and private casting lessons with Shauna Williams. You'll be ready to go after your 2-hour casting lesson to go fly fishing on your own. No giggles from the neighbors. It comes with a Sage fly rod and reel, line, and case. The rod alone is worth $525. So go ahead, get those bids in there at item number 112. Let's bid high, let's bid often, and remember why we're all here and why we're doing this. One of those reasons, Casting for Recovery. Casting for Recovery is such a fabulous organization. And here we have Melissa to be able to tell us some more about the history of Casting for Recovery.
I'm Melissa Seiler, Casting for Recovery Program Coordinator for Southern Idaho. Casting for Recovery is a 2.5-day retreat for women who have or have had breast cancer. It incorporates the healing power of nature, the physical therapy of fly fishing, and the benefits of peer support at no cost to the participant. Casting for Recovery has been offering retreats in Southern Idaho for 15 years. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2008. That's when I first heard about Casting for Recovery from my friend and neighbor, Dr. Shauna Williams. She's one of the founding members of the Southern Idaho program and still volunteers as our program's medical facilitator and casting instructor. I listened to her pitch and really admired her passion and support of Casting for Recovery's mission. But to be honest, I had no intention of applying or participating in the program. Once my surgeries and treatment were complete, Dr. Williams' persistence, my guilt, or just wanting to do something nice for someone who was so supportive and instrumental in my care, I applied and my name was randomly selected for one of the June 2010 retreats. Everyone is really excited to get the news that they've been selected. That wasn't the case for me. I was so nervous. The thought of spending 3 days with 13 strangers, carpooling, sharing a lodge, having a stranger as a roommate, learn to fly fish, and possibly have to talk about cancer and feelings just filled me with anxiety. But I was gonna do it anyways. I rode in a carpool with 4 other women to Living Waters Ranch in Chalice. And within the first few minutes of the drive, I was really surprised at the ease of the conversation, the amount of laughter, and how much fun I was having with the women. The drive really just flew by. The retreat has so many wonderful experiences. Learning to cast and fly fish, learning to tie a woolly bugger fly, nature walks, there's campfires, current medical information with the opportunity to ask questions. But I think one thing that really impacted me and something I remember is one of the evenings there was a group gathering led by the medical staff. The 14 participants, we were in a circle, all comfy and cozy on our couches and in our lodge, and they had a heart stone. And the heart stone was to be held and then passed around the circle. When you had the stone, you could pass or you could take a moment to share something. I was pretty certain that when the stone came to me, I was not going to share anything. But after getting to know these other women and listening to them open up and share their stories, something just came over me and I started to share. I cried more, and to be honest, I'm not even sure what I shared or was talking about. But it was just amazing to release and to have my fears and my feelings understood by the other participants and to have their full support. For the first time in my 2-year cancer journey, I wasn't crazy or alone. These women truly had been through it and understood. I'll never forget that moment. Maybe it was possible to heal and recover. What I love about OktoberBreast is seeing the community come together to support an organization and a cause I've become passionate about. Seeing alumni from all the year's retreats gather, reunite, maybe meeting one another for the first time, and perhaps seeing the past participants with their family and friends. It's the real ripple effect, and seeing that bond and support continue on is what really makes OktoberBreast amazing. On behalf of Casting for Recovery, I'd like to thank the sponsors of this event. Our Southern Idaho program is staffed by all volunteers. Your generous contribution will go directly to sponsoring a local woman to attend a retreat, expand our program and the number of women we serve, and to continue our mission through outreach right here in our community. Thank you.
Gently in the water, gently in the water. Make sure he kind of wakes him up.
Let him
okay, let him go.
Let him go.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh.
That was a big...
Casting for Recovery rocks! Yes!
Casting for Recovery started over 20 years ago with 2 women fishing. The idea was simple: to take women with breast cancer out of a clinical setting and teach them to fly fish. CFR started with one retreat in 1996 and a small but mighty group of women that were passionate about the idea of connecting women with breast cancer to nature. We now serve women across the United States with over 50 retreats, and that small group of volunteers has grown to 1,800 strong. We've taught over 10,000 women to fly fish, cast more lines than we could count, and given way more than 10,000 hugs.
Ladies are just so genuine. So I couldn't replace it for nothing in the world, and everybody needs this one opportunity.
Well, the ladies are terrific. You know, we all have kindred spirits, so we shared so many stories and laughed and cried a lot. And I think the crying was very healthy. It was great. It really was.
There's still so much more to do. Breast cancer impacts all of our families and communities. And sadly, for each woman we serve at CFR, we are turning 3 women away. We say it's about the fishing, but really, it's about so much more.
It's just us with nature as one, and we're not even thinking about any illnesses that we had or went through.
Just being in nature, it's just so beautiful and relaxing and freeing.
Women in the U.S. face a 1 in 8 lifetime risk of developing breast cancer. 250,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer each year in the United States alone. You know these women. There are mothers, sisters, wives, partners, and friends.
Awesome. The best experience. I feel that I'm free, that I can fly, I can swim like a fish. Incredible.
Gloria, please come back.
I'm sorry, but I have to go back.
Catch the power of nature. castingforrecovery.org.
Look at those smiles. Look at that joy from all of these individuals. That there was a big portion where there wasn't a lot of joy, and there probably wasn't a lot of smiles, but they have them now. And a big reason for that is Casting for Recovery. The work they do is amazing. It's life-changing, and it truly is. It's not to overstate it at all. And right now, you can be able to get some fabulous items on the online auction and be able to help out with Casting for Recovery and Expedition Inspiration. The trips are going fantastic. If you haven't bid yet, get your bids in there. Items number 1 through 8. Got Tuscany and Ireland and Iceland and Savannah, Georgia. Each and every one of them an experience that will be unbelievable when we're talking about experiences. Some of those other items. Item number 129. If you happen to be a golfer, well, we got you taken care of. A Corona golf bag and a Golf Your Way experience. Okay, if you don't know what that is, Golf Your Way, 2,300 square foot facility. They've got 4 different golfing bays, 40 different courses. You want to play on Pebble Beach? You can do it. Not maybe in real life unless you know someone, but you can at Golf Your Way. And when it comes around to the spring, after all the snow is melted and you're ready to go golfing, come on, we're all a little rusty by then, but you won't be. You're going to have the $100 gift card to Golf Your Way. You can be able to go get all ready so that when you're out there and your buddies are all shanking it left and right, you're going to be able to hit it straight, and they're going to be looking at you like, where did your game come from? You don't have to tell them. I'll keep it just between us. So that is item number 129 and 125. Item number 125 is a fabulous 14-karat white and gold pendant depicting a mountain range. The pendant is set with 0.17 carats of diamonds. It was donated by Town and Park Fine Jewelry in Haley. Thank you so much to them, longtime supporters of OktoberBreast and of Expedition Inspiration. In fact, they're in Haley. They have so many roots there in Haley with Expedition Inspiration. They have their symposium is held there. And we have, speaking of Haley, we have Haley Malapai to talk more about Expedition Inspiration, their history, and why they are so, so vital.
Hi, my name is Haley Malapai, and I am with Expedition Inspiration. Expedition Inspiration is a very unique Idaho-based nonprofit where we host mountain climbs for breast cancer survivors and those affected by breast cancer. And we have climbed everything from Bora to the Grand Teton, and we're working on some very exciting climbs for 2022. So in addition to the survivorship piece of climbing mountains, we also host a research symposium in Sun Valley for world-renowned breast cancer researchers from all over the world. Every other year, we fund a Young Investigator Award where we seek out young scientists early in their career who are working on innovative breast cancer research. And then they come back and join us at our symposium. So it's a chance for us to engage with them, see where their work is going and how we've helped support them in their journey. So the climbs are a really powerful way of joining a sisterhood of women who have been through this tremendous journey of breast cancer and giving them purpose and hope and a goal to work towards. I think there's a lot of demons that often get left behind once someone really is able to see what they've been through physically through breast cancer, and then what they are able to do when they reach the summit of a peak, whether it's a Boise Foothill Summit or the Grand Teton Summit. It's a really powerful way of seeing what your body can do and how it can recover from this horrendous disease that we're working to eradicate. I joined EI in 2015 as the executive director shortly after I had had my first child, and that same year I lost my grandmother to metastatic breast cancer. She was a force and just joy to everyone's lives, and more of a mom than a grandmother to me. So breast cancer touched my family very personally, and watching her go through her first round with the disease and then having it come back metastatic was really heartbreaking, particularly the fact that I was having her first great-grandchild. So breast cancer is it's too close to home, and now I have two little girls of my own who I want nothing more than to never have breast cancer in their vernacular, and that they never have to cross that bridge. So my first OktoberBreast was actually shortly after I was hired in 2015, and I recall literally I'd been in the job days, and I was trying to learn the mission and explain who we were and what we did, and Franz Whitty and just the family of that crew just encircled me and brought me in and helped gain my footing in this industry and with the organization. So OktoberBreast and everyone involved, all the Franz Whitty gals, the Casting for Recovery gals, they kind of became a family to me, because that was a big part of how I started with the organization. So 2015 was my first year, and we've just continued to watch it grow and gain more steam, and as a result, we've been able to double the amount that we give in our YIA, our Young Investigator Award. So it's become a very tangible effort that we're doing bigger, greater things thanks to the effort of this community. So we're really, really grateful. This virtual event, while we're all terribly disappointed that we're not able to be together, it's a prudent thing to do considering the state of the world, and we're really happy to be able to be here virtually and support each other and just bring back these connections. And I think COVID has been really a challenge for all of us, but particularly for nonprofits. So we're really trying hard to get our wheels back underneath us and look to the future and ensure that we are still part of the community. We're really looking forward to the future and what's to come in 2022. So we're really, really appreciative of all of your support. Look for more great things to come.
Well, and just like we were talking about a few minutes ago, look at the faces, look at the smiles, look at the pride as they had reached the top of that mountain. The symbolism that happens with that, and, you know, with Casting for Recovery, with Expedition Inspiration, it's just amazing. And also amazing, Melissa in St. George, Utah. Thank you, Melissa, for watching and participating tonight with OktoberBreast. Jane in West Virginia. Jane, thank you so much for being here with us. Also, Allison, watching in the car. Allison, hopefully parked somewhere, or a passenger, I hope. Jennifer, Chrissy, Rebecca in Middleton, also Steve watching tonight, and Renee in New Meadows, just to mention a few. So thank you so much, and feel free to continue to put your comments of where you're watching and who you're watching with, and most importantly, who you're watching for. Is it for your sister, for your wife, for your mother or grandma, whatever it may be, your best friend? Go ahead and put that in there. That is so important, because we all have those people in our lives of why this is so important tonight. And what is also important is for us to be connected and to feel as close together as possible, even in a virtual world this year. Go ahead and take your photo. We've got the photo booth. It is a virtual photo booth. So wherever you happen to be, in the car parked, in your living room, in the office, wherever it is, go ahead and take a quick photo there. It's so easy to do. Right on the homepage of the auction, you'll see the virtual photo booth. Click on that and then just have some fun. And we can all be able to see one another and feel just a little more connected here for this 11th annual OktoberBreast. So as we come to this portion of the OktoberBreast, this is a time, as we've watched the videos, we know the history of these outstanding organizations and the OktoberBreast. For those that maybe this is your first year being a part of the OktoberBreast, or maybe you've been to each and every one since 2009 when it all started with Franz Witte. Whatever the case may be, you're here for a reason, and thank you for being here. 1 in 8 women, 1 in 8 American women are going to be affected by breast cancer. 1 in 8. Think about those numbers. And I know we all do. And as I was mentioning a few minutes ago, we're all watching this for someone, even though we've had way too many in our lives that have been affected. Dear friends of mine, in just these last few years. But the reason why I'm here tonight is because of my mom, the most fabulous woman to ever walk the face of the earth to me. And when I was 9 years old, Mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was not something I understood. And this was, you know, obviously you can tell, a couple of years ago at 9 years old. And so there wasn't a lot talked about. All I knew was Mom was in the hospital. And she wound up having a double mastectomy. At that time, in 1977, this was not something that was advanced to the point of where it is now. And so Mom was in the hospital for the better part of a week. And all I knew was that I was scared. I wanted to know where Mom was and if she was doing okay. And after a couple of days, I got to go see her. I knew that my dad didn't cook and that we went out to eat 3 meals a day. That much I knew. But I knew Mom wasn't feeling well, but she always put on that brave smile. And she made it a number of years, thank goodness, after that. But we all have that person that means the world to us, that we want to make sure that we get to a day and age where it's not something that we have to worry about. It's not affecting 1 in 8. And not just for us today, but for our kids, for our grandkids, for our great-grandkids. Generations that we may never get a chance to meet. But we know right now, today, that we are taking the steps to be able to make sure that their future is better and that hopefully their future is going to be a day when there is a cure for breast cancer. But you know what? It takes all of us together. Not one of us can be able to make the difference. But you, along with me, along with Kayla and Franz Whitty and each and every person that has been affected, because everyone is. Whether or not you were the one that was suffering with this insidious disease, friends, family, kids, everyone around you is affected as well. It affects the entire community, it affects the entire world. And so we can be able to make that difference together. And if you go right now to item number 100, OktoberBreast.afrogs.org, if you're not already registered, and you can just be able to make a donation. Whether or not you found items on the online auction that you wanted to bid on, here's a way for you to give in memory or in support of that person or those people in your lives that you love that have been affected by breast cancer. And we can keep that climb. We can continue to climb and go together, hand in hand, to where we are in that world that we don't have to worry about this anymore. But we're not there yet. Yeah, we've made strides from when my mom was in the hospital to today. And we'll continue to make those strides. But we have a long way to go. But I believe, I know that we can do this together. So once again, item number 100, and just give what you can. Now, don't worry about it. I know so many people feel that, well, I only have $5 or I only have $10 to be able to give. That's awesome. That's great, because that's what you have to be able to give. Not every donation needs to be this huge amount. There is no amount that is too small. There's no amount that's too large either, but whatever it is that you're able to do, that you're comfortable with being able to do, each of those donations together, they add together, because not one of them is going to make that difference in our future alone, no matter how large, no matter how small. But this one, with this one, with this one, and you start adding those numbers together, and right there, that is where miracles happen. And they happen because of you. Thank you so much for your generosity. Now, someone who knows very well about both of the organizations that are being supported tonight in Casting for Recovery and Expedition Inspiration is Katie. Katie has climbed to that mountaintop with Expedition Inspiration a couple of times. She's been out on excursion with Casting for Recovery, and she is, yes, a survivor. And here she is to talk about her journey and her experience with both.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Anchusky, and I just want to take a moment to talk about my personal experience with both Casting for Recovery and Expedition Inspiration. I am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2014, and then in 2017 I was selected to be a participant for CFR's retreat in Chalice, Idaho. It was a few years later that I was a participant for Expedition Inspiration, and during their retreat, we were summiting the Grand Teton. I can't say enough about how wonderful these organizations are. I believe deeply that they provide much more than just a weekend away for cancer survivors. Cancer changes you. It changes everything in your life. And part of life after treatment is survivorship, trying to find ways to cope while managing to somehow move forward. With both retreats, I felt as though I had found some sort of support that kind of bridged the gap between where my medical treatment had stopped and where I was really needing to connect and to find some sort of emotional support. They help to address some of the challenges that come after treatment stops by connecting you to other survivors, which is priceless. When we were all brought together, we were able to kind of share our individual stories, to kind of talk about our own personal struggles. And then it kind of gives you the ability to walk away with maybe some tips and some tricks of how to manage, which is wonderful. With both, I was also able to physically challenge myself. One of my biggest struggles after diagnosis was coping with the fact that somehow my body had betrayed me, that somehow maybe I was responsible for my cancer diagnosis. So getting out there and learning a new skill, it's never easy, but it gave me the confidence to walk away and think, yep, I can handle this. Yep, I can do that. And it just made me feel like cancer didn't break me. In 2019, when I was a participant for EI, it was my 5-year cancer anniversary. This is a huge deal for any cancer survivor, and I was excited for the challenge to do something big. When I reached the summit of the Grand Teton, the emotions I felt are hard to verbalize. I honestly can't explain to you what I felt in that moment. I felt like I was just finally able to breathe and release this baggage of emotion that I had been carrying with me for all of those years. And I was able to leave it at the top. And this is a memory that not only do I cherish, but I carry with me to remind myself of how far I've come, and to know that cancer doesn't rule my life. I really, really hope that tonight's virtual event is super successful, and I just hope that we're able to continue to support women like myself, to help build those networks and help to provide support that they're not finding maybe, in a medical, facility or during treatment. Thank you guys all so much for supporting CFR and EI, and I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you so much.
All right, now you haven't had a little too much to wine and think that you're seeing double now. I don't have hair, but for this part, when we have to find our big winner for the flamingo basket from Franz Witte, I hate to be the one to have to draw winners. So I was able to con Seneca Hall, president of Franz Witte, to come on with me. Seneca, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a fun night.
Now, Seneca, obviously different this year than it's been in the years past, but unlike last year, at least able to happen.
Yes. Yeah. We are so glad to be able to have it. And it's all of us were kind of like, I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to go with it. And I think it's really gone great. I'd love to be able to see everybody, but this is as good as we can get, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, you want to look at the leaderboard real quick, and we'll see where we are, and then we'll do the drawing for the flamingo basket.
Yes, sounds
okay.
Perfect.
All right, some of those. Shauna Williams, $45 on the family day at the zoo right now. We've got Seneca. You've got the high bid still at this moment on the gas grill there. And also the high bid on the city monster utensil holder. Oh, very nice. I saw that earlier. I thought that was very cool. All right, so still time to be able to get your bids in all the way through Sunday at 5 p.m. Our flamingo basket, you want to tell everyone what's inside this basket?
There is some fun stuff. This basket was donated by a friend of ours, Jill. And it has a really beautiful beaded purse, a flamingo beach trail mix, because everybody needs that, flamingo pool ball, and this really pretty hand-blown glass solar-powered ornament that lights up at night. So it's and the $100 gift certificate also to Franz Whitty Garden Center.
No pink flamingo?
Well, the solar, all the other stuff is pink flamingos, and the
Okay, but
gift
not one of
certificate.
the trademark
Well, I
ones?
mean, all right, we'll throw some of those in there as well. So we have a couple.
Bonus for you. You're
Yes.
welcome.
So thank you to everybody. And the winner is Patty Husk.
Well, Patty.
So, and I wine tasted with Patty earlier, so that is really fun. Congratulations.
All right. Well, Patty, congratulations. Enjoy that. I know you will. Now, something that's important here, even though we're coming down towards the end of our very first virtual OktoberBreast, it's not over yet. The bidding is going to stay going all the way until Sunday at 5 p.m. So you can continue to bid high, bid often. And remember the auto bid. So even when you're sleeping, you can put in your high bid amount. And if someone tries to sneak in at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and outbid you, nope. They'll think you're up 24 hours a day because it's going to continue to just outbid them till it hits whatever your high bid amount was. Now, here's something that's fun. When the bidding is getting ready to close on Sunday at 4:50, it's going to enter Bid Wars. Now, what Bid Wars is okay, you remember the old paper for silent auctions and everything, and you'd put your bids in, and there would be that sneaky person that right when you're putting down your bid, you walk away back to your table or over to get another beverage, whatever the case may be. They sneak in behind you. They they outbid you right at the last second. Nothing you could do about it. Well, with the Bid Wars, that can't happen. Because what will happen, any bids that come in on an item in the last 10 minutes, you're going to get a notification that you got outbid, and it's going to extend that item for a few extra minutes. So you have time to be able to go on there, get another bid in, it'll extend it a few more minutes, and it'll keep doing that all the way until there is only one person left. So how long does that go on for? Well, really, that's up to you and whoever else is trying to outbid you on that item. It is a lot of fun, and yes, it does bring in extra money for Expedition Inspiration and for Casting for Recovery. And that's what this is all about. Now, Seneca, is there anyone you would like to thank as we're coming towards the end here of OktoberBreast?
Well, the biggest thing is obviously the group that helps put this on and the organizations that we support. But we would not be able to do this without our sponsors. And a lot of these sponsors have given year after year after year. And, every year I call them, it's like, will you do it again? And everybody is always so excited. And these range anywhere from $500 to $10,000. And that makes such a difference. And so I just really wanted to thank all of them. And gracias.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's check out some of the photo booth photos. Okay. Let's see everyone that's been getting on there, getting your photos up. Look at that. Got the whole family going there.
The Carlyles.
Well, thank you, Carlyles. And another beautiful, looks like mother and daughter. They're enjoying with their...
The Winkles.
The Winkles there.
That's where I want to be. Right
this
there.
is my favorite right here, right now. Bless you. Christy. Christy there with Auction Frogs.
Shout out, Christy.
All right. So keep those coming in. We had a bunch of photos on there, and you can check those all out at oktoberbreast.afrogs.org. So where you've been doing your bidding already, you can be able to look at the photo gallery and see everyone else that's been on there. You can still take your photos as well. So let's see what our final numbers are right now. Again, with the bidding still going until 5 p.m. on Sunday. The goal of $50,000 right now, we're just a tick over $35,000. So well on our way to being able to get that goal. And I know with the way all of these bids are coming in, Leanne, thank you so much. Olive and Vine Package, I love that place. $275, she has the high bid right now. So keep those bids coming in, and don't forget about those fabulous trips, 3 years to use them, transferable, all of that. That's items number 1 through 8. We all need something to look forward to.
Yes, and you can add on other people and upgrade, do whatever. Those are amazing, and we've had some fun looking at all the details of that. So I may be going to Greece unless somebody jumps in.
All right. Well, there you go. The challenge has been set from Seneca here. Seneca, thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me to be able to be a part of this. I'm honored.
Well, thank you very much. And thanks, Kayla. I appreciate you coming back and joining the crew again.
Kayla with Auction Frogs and former Franz Witte family member, but I don't know if you ever get to say former. You're always kind of part of the family.
You're always part of the flock, Corey.
The flock. Of course it's part of the flock. Also to Brad and Alice with Ellsberg Studios. And on behalf of the entire staff of Franz Witte and Expedition Inspiration and Casting for Recovery, I'm Corey Michaels. Bless you and have a wonderful evening. And now, as we've had a whole lot going on, and yes, we've obviously talked about some very serious things. We've had some fun along the way. But, there was a lot of work that went into putting this on. And, along with that hard work, sometimes there's some little bloopers along the way. Well, we're going to leave you with that. And we hope you have a fabulous Friday night. Remember to keep bidding.
What was your experience like?
Okay, that's a big one.
This horrendous disease that we're working to eradicate.
Photo bomber.
So again, we do the village, which is a lot of fun. And so I'll start with the maintenance department. Okay.
Been so impressed of the involvement that we've been with.
The art of casting. Fly.
And okay, let me start over again.
I thought I had more. That's good enough, right? What are you dancing for? Oh, okay. I was thinking more like dancing for a cure to breast cancer.
Yeah. Can you do it?